Yeah, 601 Network, Real Jackson News. I'm your host, Foresight. Well, y'all know what's up. You done heard it. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Rochelle Brackney is the new chief of police of Jackson, Mississippi. Uh, Mayor Horn, he pleaded his case, and brother and the council member Grizel, he had to chime in, which that was cool, cause but um, but it was a 6-1 vote, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I know that was a fact, but I think Ward One didn't. I think he opposed. He had but it was a six. Would have been but all she needed was 4 votes. So that's our new chief of police, Dr. Rochelle Brackney, and what's to come for the city. That remains to be seen. I feel like I got the sneeze. I don't know. It feels like it. Yeah, it feels like it. It feels like it's really like right there, and you just anyway. Um, I bet you AI can't sneeze. I bet you AI can't sneeze. But anyway, this it's our new mayor, and um, what her experience is, and in Pittsburgh and Virginia and all those other places where she served. I hope it can create some type of impact on the momentum of the declining crime rate here in the city of Jackson. That is utterly important. I really hope that we could sit around here and talk about the credentials. We could sit around here and talk about what we could do, what we should do, what can be done, what they have, what I have in my capacity to do, right? But when the hands-on comes, and you got a lot of different things thrown at you, you might be used to the process, but you're not used to the atmosphere. That right there remains to be seen, because this is a whole nother atmosphere than Pittsburgh. This is a whole nother atmosphere. And I'm quite sure she understands everything that I am saying. This is a whole nother atmosphere. And she is going to have to make some adjustments to Jackson and Jackson residents and those police officers. He's going to have to make some adjustments to her. Yeah. So we know. I mean, it's no work. Ain't no work around this. We can't circumvent this. That's gonna have to happen. And she's not. She hollered. She's not one of them willy nilly bringing in your own team type stuff. But let me tell you something. And I know this from experience. A lot of time you do what you're used to. You do what you are used to. You know, if it's not if you're not used to it, you got to adjust to it. But and I'm quite sure everything that I'm saying she understands. Everything that I'm saying she understands. And I just hope, saying that she gives herself a chance, right? Because if there's some things that she's not used to, I hope she gives herself a chance to adjust, so that way she can, make that she can make the adjustments that she needs to make in order to put things and keep things in perspective, so to speak. But that's my thing today. I was like, man, um, what my thoughts is, man, look, hey, I'm just telling it. Look, I just work here. I just work here. I don't look. I'm not finna get into the politics of it, and I'm not finna really get into the gossip of it, because I mean, we if you saw the council, the meeting where they had the, where they where had the, where they had the we had to vote for it. So you saw what happened yourself. I'm not even going to go into what was said and who said what and what was the intent and all that kind of junk. I'm not going to go into that, because that's nothing but mess. But protocols has to be made. The council makes it. The mayor recommends it. But ultimately, in certain things, the council makes the ultimate decisions. It's a separation of power deal here. So, but like I said, but one thing I'm gonna give, one part of my opinion that I'm gonna give, and this is my opinion. Views and opinions of me does not reflect any of the views and opinions of any platform that hosts the 601 network. Well, for you to go out and have one candidate for the position, it's either one or two things. It's either one or two things. Either nobody wanted the job, or you was up under pressure and you had to go find somebody. Because, we run for chief of police. We give everybody an opportunity to talk about who they are. Explain to the residents who they are and let the residents vote. Or let the residents decide, through public opinion. Maybe that's a I think that they should vote for it, vote for who's going to be the chief. If there is different candidates, and then the council confirm them in. Once the people have made the decision, council will automatically confirm them in. Automatically. The people have spoken. From 1 to 7, the people have spoken. And the council, now, in my opinion, you talk about separation of power. The separation of powers, they say you got the executive branch, you got the legislative, and you got the judicial. But there was one separation of powers that I think that should be counted in, and that's the people. That is the people. The people should be the fourth separation of the powers. Because if we vote them in, that right there, the the the, the legislation can't do nothing about it. They have to approve it. That's just like when they like when the president well, like when they president when the Congress when the House when they pass a bill and they have to send it over there to the president. The president either pass it or veto it. But if they veto it, it doesn't make a difference because it takes 2/3 of the House in order to make it the law. So it doesn't matter what the president do. It doesn't make a difference. Same thing with the mayor. It doesn't matter what the mayor do because it takes 2/3 of that council and it's gonna pass, or it's gonna pass. Well, the same thing with us. Same thing with us. You know. So you know, I just think that yeah, the I think she's worth giving a chance. You know, everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. You know, with this when you're being when it's something like this, when people is offered a job, you know, and I don't, and you know what, you know, but one thing I do hate is that when a person is offered a job like that, you got other people hating trolls want to try to see if they can dig some dirt up on them. I don't care about what you've done in the past. I want to know what you're going to do moving forward because if you got something going on that you have done in the past, it's going to come out in the wash. Believe that. It always do. It's going to come out in the wash. So, ain't no need to dig no dirt up on nobody. You know, this person was like this up there. Man, you don't know what circumstances they was up under when they was up there. You just see what was on the paperwork. So, but like I said, you know, Dr. Brackney is new chief of police. Good luck to her. Good luck to the city of Jackson. I hope that you know the momentum is that she increased the momentum that we have in the reduction and declining of the crime, and let's keep the city moving forward. And I want you residents to do me a favor, leave a comment, share the video, you know, and yo, it's been real. We'll talk to you soon.